advice, you've been ignoring good advice your whole life. Welcome to Shitty Life Advice. Hello, humans. Oh, shit, sorry. Go ahead, Reese.
And now, Sam Lamott with the shittiest advice imaginable. Take it away, Sam, again.
Hello, humans. Welcome to our third episode of Shitty Life Advice. This is truly a pleasure. I started this concept 15-ish weeks ago after fantasizing about it for over a year. And it is truly, whoops, my glasses are on. It's truly a pleasure to be with you today. When the glasses go on, I will enter my shitty life persona, which we haven't named yet. So if you have a good name for this character that gives the shittiest of advice, please put it in the comments. Yes, 2 pink robes today. I am joined to my left with the intergalactically recognized love coach, Shaun Galanos. Shaun, say hello.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here.
Who are you?
My name is Shaun. I'm a love coach. I teach people communication and intimacy skills.
What makes you better than everyone else?
The pink robe.
Pretty amazing that you had that pink robe.
Just in the back of my car.
In the back of your car. I stole mine from my mother.
I bought this at Ross, $20.
It's great.
For Harbin Hot Springs.
Oh, good.
It's the only way to be walking around there.
Today is Robe v. Robe.
I'm down.
And to his left, we have the wonderful MC McDonald.
Hi,
Who are you?
I'm MC, PhD, trauma researcher, life coach, and author.
Robeless.
Robeless. I didn't get the robe
Robeless.
memo.
You didn't bring the robe.
They didn't. Is this some sort of exclusionary behavior?
Boys Club.
Boys Club, pink robes only.
It's always the way.
Yes. And then we have demoted Ben today. Ben is no longer allowed on camera because he was mean to me last week. I believe he said I was a liability to the human race or something.
That's mostly accurate.
And the
yes.
only answer was removal.
I mean,
Demotion.
If that removal is still in the cards.
My first piece of advice is when people behave in ways you don't like, you must punish them. You must show them the error of their ways, and maybe then they will do the things you want them to do. How does it feel to be a disembodied voice, Ben?
It's something I've always wanted.
All right. Well, you might be wondering why we have this amazing love expert today. And the reason why is because today's episode is a very special episode, all about love, intimacy, and connection, and why you should avoid all of that, because it's gross. Now, in between you frying out your serotonin and dopamine systems on TikTok and Instagram and chasing stimulation, you may have pondered that life might actually all be about relationship. It might be all about how we relate to other humans, how we dance with each other in life and give and take from one another, and you'd be wrong. That was before we entered the glorious age of isolation. Yes, you never have to leave your house anymore. If you've learned anything from Christmas, it's that people are terrible and annoying. I can't stand these people next to me. But I couldn't make the show without them, so I need them here. You can Uber Eats. You can Instagram. You never have to leave your house if you don't want to.
We'll love you even if you don't love yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
Gross. That is awful. But I do like to start this show with a nice container, get everybody in the mood of what's about to happen. So we'll start with our first segment, the undergrounding. Hello, humans. I want you to take this moment to really connect with your body. Really think about all the various parts of your body that make you up, and this one human existence that you get. Wiggle your toes, bounce your knees, shake your torso with your organs, grab your belly roll. Think about your heart. In this very special episode, we're going to be focusing a lot on the heart. I want you to picture what it would be like if you could love fully, if you could give your love without needing anything in return, if you could let go of fear, rejection, or what might happen if people don't receive your love the way you hope they would. What would it take to be the partner of your dreams? What is asked of you to bring joy and kindness and love into the lives of people around you? Doesn't that seem like a lot of work? Wouldn't you rather just imagine it? Maybe you could try virtual reality porn. That might fill the hole in your heart. Maybe you could just figure out how you can receive that without having to give any of that back. That's probably the highest goal of life. And I want you to scan your body and find all the things that stand in between you and who that version of yourself is. Find all the pain, all the scars. Where do they reside in your body? Really find them. And when you do, I want you to invite them into this moment. Say, I see you, pain. I see you, fear. I see you, heartbreak. Thanks for ruining my life and making me unlovable. You're the reason I don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend. And I want you to connect with your value as a human. What do you have to offer this world? Is it your generosity? Is it your sweetness? Is it your creativity? Is it in between your legs? If you have lady parts, I'm probably feeling that's what your value is. You might be correct. You might feel a connection to your wallet. Isn't that what you have to offer? It's what you can afford. And, all right, that's enough of the underground. All right.
That was a
soothing.
hard one.
If I didn't listen to the words, I was very relaxed.
Yeah.
But if you did,
Still relaxed.
Still relaxed.
Yeah.
I meant to bring my wallet so I can be, hold up your wallet. I really wanted to do that one. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I completely have blanked on what I was going to say, so we're just going to move to the next segment. Hero Complex. Hello, you. Krylon, can you hear us? Oh, no, we can't hear Krylon.
Hello there.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I am present.
Mm,
Thanks for the grounding.
you are welcome. Tell us about who you are.
I'm Krylon. I'm a transgendered woman of color. I'm an artist, a singer. I'm a rock climber. I'm alive. I'm a person.
You do appear to be a person.
Yeah, here I am.
And are you aware that today's episode is all about love and connection?
Yes.
And we would not be a proper self-help show if we did not convince ourselves that we were responsible for people's growth. So we will be taking credit for any growth that happens here today, just so you know.
Right on.
Yes. What's your love life like?
My love life is very difficult. It's difficult because when I started to transition, the options became different. You know, it's all of a sudden I have a lot of people in my life that I didn't have before, and I mean, I guess I'm being a little bit vague. So basically, I am before transitioning, I had a lot of seeking validation from straight men. And I didn't know what that was until I did therapy recently when I started transitioning. And I found that I would seek um, sexual experiences with straight guys. And sometimes that would happen. And of course, that would mean, well, how could they possibly be straight if they're sleeping with me, which was completely confusing back then, but it did happen. As a matter of fact, my ex boyfriend, who is now with a cis female, was questioning that himself as to why he was really into me, but he was. And so what I found was that I would seek out these guys specifically because they validated the female inside me. Because obviously, if you're a straight man and you wanted to be with me, then that meant that you saw me as a woman, and that validated the fact that I was a female, you know? And so I was seeking out that validation. And the moment I started transitioning, I started to see things, you know, develop, and who I actually am as a woman started to become a lot more pronounced, and physically and spiritually and definitely mentally, because hormones really do play in a lot of those three elements of existence, right? And so I stopped really seeking that validation. You know, it's not about that so much anymore.
Where do you find your self-worth if you're not getting it from other people? Please explain that to me. I think you're confused on the concept here.
I dig deep into my spiritual aspect, you know, my spiritual journey, and when I dig into my spiritual journey, I find that I'm worth being here, and I have a lot of freedom from trying to think my way into being comfortable in my skin, you know. Instead, I do my spiritual practices, and that's where I get my self-worth. And then I see the transitioning happening, and I feel for the first time in my life like I'm truly living my truth, right? And I don't need a man to validate that, you know. I don't need a woman to validate that either, you know. But I do like having people in my life, and I mean, obviously, I would love to at some point be in a relationship with someone, but I'm a lot more fetishized now, you know, because even the straight men, who are all the guys that I've slept with and still sleep with, now more so than before, because of the physical attributes that come with me being who I am, you know, boobs and all that other stuff. I've become more of a fetish, you know. And
How does that feel?
you know,
Sounds fantastic to me.
well, it feels to me like sometimes I find myself going with it because of, you know, when I'm feeling hormonal and I want someone around, I'm like, okay, I know I'm being fetishized, but also I kind of want someone around right now. So we're both getting something out of it, you know. But it's a lot of secrets for the people that I wind up dating. It's a lot of that, a lot of trying to figure out why they're into me the way they're into me, you know. I actually had a guy who specifically said to me, I'm not a homosexual male. And I'm like, that's great, because I am a straight female. So it probably works out best for the both of us, you know. And he said to me that when he first saw me, he thought I was extremely beautiful, and he actually didn't know that I was trans at all until we started having conversation. And then, of course, certain things, like my voice is not exactly very feminine, you know, but there's a raspiness to it, very Grace Slick, you know, very that. And he realized it then, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, but I see you as a woman, and that's what's important. But I don't know if the rest of my family or friends would see that same thing. And I don't want them to think that I'm dating like a drag queen or something like that. And
That's a very, very important point, Krylon, which is you should always think about how the person that you're attracted to and are dating will be perceived to your friends and family. Krylon, most importantly, you bring up a lot of great points, but how is it having boobs? That's what we're all wondering.
No, not all of us.
This is the thing is, for me anyway, having boobs in itself, it does not make a woman, I don't believe. It's great to have them. And it really does make me feel a lot more connected to who I am as a woman. But I don't believe that boobs themselves are what, because it's like, do I want boobs for myself or do I want boobs for some guy? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't really care if guys enjoy my boobs or not, I enjoy them.
Did you enjoy other people's
And
boobs
so-
before, or is this just your boob?
What's that?
Did you enjoy other people's boobs before?
I love boobs. I say I'm
Boobs
a
are
straight
great.
woman, but that's not true. I'm actually very, I love women too. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Someone in the chat said boobs are overrated, which I cannot disagree more
boobs
with.
are probably.
What?
Krylon, I just think this is such a complex issue. And my heart goes out to you because it's already challenging enough for people to find someone that they like that also likes them. Right? And then now you have some other stuff to think about, like, why do they like me? Do they like me for who I am? Do they like me for my heart? Or do they like me for my body parts? So I just want to give you some love that it's just a really challenging situation.
Same. And also, I think, what is healthy objectification, and how do you make that fit with all of the other components? Where's the line between, fetishizing and objectifying in a way that doesn't reduce you?
That's a great. What is healthy objectification? What's the right
There,
amount?
everyone's looking at me.
Yeah, what's the right
I think
amount?
when you objectify somebody in a way that doesn't strip them of their dignity, I think that objectification is necessary in a sexual relationship to a certain extent. We can't just get rid of it, but it has to have some kind of boundaries on it.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's
for
also
sure.
very important not to listen to anything Sam says.
Yeah, although
Just do the opposite. Like, think of it as like an arrow. He says something ridiculous, and then like that's an arrow pointing the other direction.
that disembodied voice is Ben, who has been
It's called opposite action.
opposite action.
Like,
You know-
opposite action is what brought me here today.
The real glasses are coming off. It's like the problem is I got such little sleep yesterday, and I get really sweet when I'm sleep deprived.
I can tell it's like almost wanting to come out.
Yeah, the
Especially
sweetness
talking to
wants
Krylon.
I know.
That's not fair.
Krylon
It should
was
be
a
somebody we
mistake.
don't know.
So we can brutalize them.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Well, no, so you can.
Yeah, so I can. Oh, I forgot it wasn't a group activity. Anyway, yeah, I had a girlfriend who would wake me up in the middle of the night because I would make tea. I would make tea and stuff and just be so sweet. And so I woke up. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was going to have a hard time playing this role. But this is my life.
So wait, this person woke you up on purpose in the middle of the night so that you would do stuff for them?
Apparently, I'm very sweet in the middle of the night.
It's a little manipulative,
Sam,
no?
this is just how you're resolving the cognitive dissonance that you're actually an asshole.
I know.
You're creating this really complex system to say, yeah, I'm okay. I'm a nice guy underneath all this shit.
The look between you two right now.
Shut up.
It's a sexual look.
Was it?
I think so.
It was intense,
Probably
whatever
some
it
sexual
was.
tension there. It's okay. So, Krylon, love, what
Yes.
are we working on today? How can we help you with your love life?
Good question.
Honestly, I would like to be able to find and kind of embrace, because theoretically I know that I don't need anyone. And it's okay to have some people. I don't need a man, in order to validate who I am. But I would like a person in my life that meets me where I'm at and is not afraid to be in public with me. You know, that is so accepting and so like embracing of me as a trans woman that we can do all kinds of things together. And I haven't found that yet. You know, the guys, the many guys that I found, and I mean, I've been on the apps, of course. Yeah, I have been on apps. When me and my ex broke up and I started transitioning, my girlfriends were like, girl, the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else.
That's the worst advice.
It buys you time, though.
And it helps you get your rocks off.
Yes.
So
And
it's a
also,
distraction. Yeah, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
So are we going to revamp your profile? I think that's the project.
Yeah, or I could eventually delete it if I find someone.
Are you on Field? Yeah. Are you on Field?
No, I'm on Grindr.
Okay, yeah, maybe go to Field and OkCupid. I feel like
Field for threesomes?
No, not necessarily. It's for more like open folks who are maybe like queer friendly, or there's just like a more open, accepting attitude on Field.
I used Field before it was Field. It was called
Thrinder. I know, which is a terrible name.
Yes.
But OkCupid also has a more sort of like
found our unicorn on Thrinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Grindr's not the best place.
Yeah.
I'm starting to recognize that, yeah.
Especially if you're looking for straight men, maybe Grindr is actually the wrong place to be looking for them.
Well, that is actually not true, Shaun. I thought Grindr was specifically gay. That's the reason why when my friends told me about it, I'm like, I don't want to go in there. I mean, I'm not a transvestite or a cross-dresser. You know, there's a difference between being transgender and being a cross-dresser. And there's nothing wrong with any cross-dressing or trans. I'm not here to judge anybody's, you know, way of life or what makes them happy. But transgender and cross-dressing is two totally different worlds. I don't do it because it's something that I sexualize, which is more that leads more to cross-dressing, is that there's this sort of fetish and also a sexual stimulation you get from putting on women's clothes. That's not my story. I've just been a woman all my life, and I'm ecstatic about, you know, medical ways.
So Krylon, here's what I propose. Let's work on a incredible bio description. Can you work on that while we're doing this show?
Okay, I got a pen and a piece of paper.
Now, if I could read back some of the points we want to make. We want to find somebody who is afraid to show you off in public, whose family won't agree with their decision.
Won't accept you.
So someone who will hide you away and fetishize you. Okay, so keep that in mind as we work on your bio, and we'll keep checking in on you. We are going to move on to our next segment, which is Sexment. Yeah. The shit show. Now, Ben is finally good for something because he's going to read some questions off.
Always good.
That we got from Instagram. Thank you, Shaun, for driving new people to submit questions. We have a lot of them this time. So
yeah, my pleasure.
We'll do a bit of rapid fire here.
Okay, this one is targeted towards Sam. Together 1.5 years. He's not sure if he loves me, but won't talk about it. Deal breaker? And not sure is in quotes.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, so they've been together 1.5 years, and he's not
still not sure if
still not sure,
and he doesn't want to talk about it. Should she leave?
Yeah, she should run.
She should run.
Yeah, she should run and ghost him while she's at it.
I can't even give a shitty answer to that. All right, next, you should leave.
Sorry, bye.
No,
Next?
yeah.
Okay.
You should be sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
After what time period should you be sure?
3 months.
Nice. Okay.
3 months
Yeah,
before
like
you were like, I love you, and we're on.
Or that you're falling, right?
Yeah, 3 months before you're sure that like this is something that you really want to explore, that you're into, you know.
Okay.
Because I think you can more unambivalently say that you're not sure if you love somebody yet, but you want to commit, right? Like,
Shaun,
this just sounds like.
Shaun, do you feel that like when people are just not ready to be in a relationship, a guy like that is just like he doesn't want to commit to anyone?
Maybe, or maybe it's just not the right person, and he's sort of like talking himself into this is the relationship, or maybe it's better than nothing. He's getting some needs met. He's having sex.
I want to talk to the partner. That's the real winner of this situation.
Yeah, where's he?
Yeah,
where's that guy?
He is the shitty life advice master because he has
He's
he has
getting the
kept this
girlfriend
thing going
benefit.
for over a year.
Well, I used to be this guy.
Oh,
Ooh,
let's dive in.
No.
that's why we're all alone.
Speak for yourselves.
A boyfriend says my personality comes off as flirty to other men. Dump him or adjust?
Oh.
I always find it to be very important that you contort yourself to match the person that you're trying to make fall in love with you.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would.
That's wrong.
I would
Oh, that's
change-
wrong. That's wrong.
The
I
road-
forgot.
yeah.
I forgot which role I'm supposed to play. I don't think there's a problem with being flirty. I actually think flirting, some level of
Totally.
flirting, is really healthy in a relationship with
Absolutely.
other people.
But he said contort yourself.
Well, sexually. I thought he meant sexually.
So,
Oh no, I meant to bend your personality.
Oh no, I thought you. Okay, I got it.
So my sense of the question was that like they're out in public
Mm-hmm.
and she's flirting with people. They're at a party. I've heard this from both sides of the fence
Yeah.
in my practice, and my sense is that it's mean to do that to your partner in public.
Uh-huh.
I think it depends. I think you have to. I would ask for clarification. What flirting behavior is problematic, and in what way, and then consider maybe there's certain things that you could sort of stop doing. Maybe your partner is jealous, and that needs to be addressed. There's something there.
And have a conversation about it
Yeah.
with your partner, so you can figure out. When you do this, I feel this way, but when you do this, I don't feel this way.
Well, here's a question. So, like, how do you delineate flirty behavior from just talking? Because
That's why you
a
need
lot of people-
clarification.
yeah, but that's so difficult because it could be like, well, don't play with your hair when you talk to someone. Like, how do you?
Well, there's obviously a spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, glasses got to come off. There's obviously a spectrum of what the Amish husband expects of his wife compared to what the thruple,
The
or-
polyamorous
the Thrindle, the
sex
Thrinder-
party hosts.
But another good piece of advice for this kind of situation is whenever somebody does complain about your behavior, find a way to make it their fault, their inadequacy, their issue. Clearly, this is a violent and jealous man. Mentioning violence when you're talking to your male partner will trigger some cultural trauma there. So you can always use that lever. That's a good one
Well,
to pull.
that describes my relationship with you. It's definitely your fault.
My fault.
1,000%.
Okay, next question. I'm done with you. We will have a mute button for you next week.
Guy ticks all boxes except body type. I can't get into it. Keep trying or end it.
I had this question last week. Was guy checks all boxes. He's perfect except for his penis.
Oh,
What was wrong with his penis?
It was a penciled dick.
oh,
Yeah.
no.
sad.
Yeah. So doesn't check all boxes. Then is really what
Does not check all
does
boxes.
not check all
Very
boxes.
clearly.
Doesn't check all boxes, and that's too bad because I think body type isn't really that important if you're looking at a long-term satisfied, fulfilling relationship. I think what's most important. I was talking to my friend giving the talk, Julia Feldman. She's a sex educator about this, and she said good communication, someone that you enjoy life with, and someone that you can grow deeper with and resolve conflict with. Those are the important things, not body type.
If you're going to be shallow, it's very important to be shallow based off their income and earning potential.
I also
Not just their body type.
Oh, the body type, everyone's going to get ugly when they get older.
Right.
I also think that sometimes there's something hiding when there's not chemistry. And so maybe it's not actually body type, but you're kind of drawing this false correlation because this person doesn't have the body type that you usually are attracted to, and there's no chemistry. So I would kind of look into that. Is there chemistry ever? How can you amplify that? Yeah.
On a serious note, there is something kind of impressive with somebody getting far enough to start checking boxes after not being physically attracted to them.
Yeah, that's usually cut off right away.
Yeah, like that's normally the shallow kind of like. So this person,
That's how you swipe left or right for the most part.
Yeah.
Is on body type.
even in the real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this person just like skipped their intuition.
Went for all of the other boxes.
Like just went like, let's just keep exploring.
How important is chemistry?
That's super, don't you think?
I was just asking you because you're an expert. I wanted your expert
You're an
opinion.
expert. I think it's super important. And I think when it's gone or when it's missing, that's something to be investigated. I don't necessarily I think we think about chemistry in the wrong way sometimes. I think sometimes there's a really intense connection that's actually something else, like maybe more like proximity to madness. And we think that that's what we need in a relationship, but I think that's not true. But I think we need some kind of chemistry. It needs to be a more sustainable fuel, if that makes sense.
Some magnetism.
Yeah,
something-
eroticism. If you can't get yourself into that space, I mean, I guess it depends on if that's an important value in your relationship. For some people, maybe it isn't.
Maybe they want
work
more.
out some kind of like hot wife situation where the sexual role of this man, like, yes, he brings all the other check boxes, but now the sexual role is just like sit in the corner.
Wow.
What?
I mean, I think that's why people are exploring open relationships.
Yeah.
Is because there's a fundamental need that's not being met, and so they say, okay, well, I'm going to cobble it together with other people.
Yeah.
Not saying that your partner should meet all of your needs; it's never going to happen. But there are some that are very, very important, and so you might think about
Supplement them. with other
supplements.
people. That is good shitty life
So,
advice.
so Sam,
supplement them.
Sam, am I the right body type for you?
No. You would need to do steroids.
I feel body shamed by you.
But you can't just do steroids. You have to work out also.
Yeah, well, he's actually a black belt.
I work- yeah.
He's good, but no, the only like male bodies I've ever found attractive were freakish.
What about your own?
Yeah.
Because I turned myself on.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
And I hate myself.
Okay.
Oh, no.
it's too bad.
Which is how you end up on a show.
Shall I move to
called-
the next
Yeah,
question?
let's go to the next question.
This is how do I get my libido back?
Diet, exercise, being attracted to your partner, emotional vulnerability.
Next question.
Get your hormones checked.
Get your hormones
Get your hormones checked, 'cause
Yeah,
something
check
could
out
be
your T
wrong.
levels. Yeah, or
All right.
E levels.
Seeing someone 20 years younger started as casual. Now we both caught feels. Bad idea?
Nope.
Depends how old they are.
Why? Well,
They're
okay.
12.
Okay, I get it. Sorry, I didn't go there.
Let's say she's
I'm
like
assuming
19, 20. Or he's 19, 20.
I think that one's actually reversed. I think that is a cougar situation.
You think it's a female dating a super young dude?
This
Well,
is really tricky. I actually think if they're in their teens and early 20s, just leave them alone. Let them date people their own age. I don't think 40-year-olds should be dating
Okay.
20-year-olds.
I just sort of assumed that it was a reasonable age gap.
Oh, like 30 to 50.
Yeah.
I think if the lower end is 30, well, I don't care what you guys
Right.
do.
No, that's a good bar.
But
Yeah,
do you think
I like
that there's this thing where if a there's a fetish where younger people are dating older and older and older men, especially
Why
particularly
is that a
women?
fetish?
Not a fetish. Sorry, wrong word. It's a trend. It's a thing. It exists.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is that do young people who desire somebody much older than them, maybe they're in a different sort of category of human, or is that just? I guess I'm asking Shaun this. Like if the 20-year-old reaches out to someone who's much older,
Yeah.
and that's their quote unquote type. What's the deal? In other words, there's this perception that the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-olds are kind of like fishing in that area, but actually it can
Oh, I
often be
see.
the reverse.
Well, it often is the reverse, right? I think younger women will go for older men because they're more emotionally mature, or because they actually. I said this once on Instagram because they're more emotionally mature, and like everyone was like, no, because they have money, dude.
They're established.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
established. They have more power. They have more credibility, and also guys their age are less just like interesting and fun, and there is a maturity piece to it as well.
But I think the letter writer said that they started out casual, right?
yeah, that's true.
So something has grown.
Something has grown.
They caught feels.
Right, they caught feels.
feels.
I mean, I'm all about if you catching feels and you're both catching it, go for it,
Yeah. Okay.
right? As long as she's not too young.
Yeah.
Let's hear
Right.
what ridiculousness Sam has.
I have the glasses off. I actually want to contribute.
Put them
something.
on, Sam. Come on, do your job.
Don't listen.
Whoa.
Don't just take
No,
orders.
contribute
Do
in
your
a loving
job.
way.
Okay,
Do
wait,
your
hold
job.
on. I just have to say, if you are with somebody in their early 20s, the amount of change they're about to go through is so ridiculous. Like, you're setting yourself
But
up
what
for
about the
something
30
bad.
bar? What about if it's 30 to 50?
30's great.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed my 30s.
Yeah.
I think 30 is good. I think
Yeah.
you're also past your Saturn returns.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
no, it's bad news.
Okay.
Bad news.
Is that 28?
Yeah,
27?
around there. I think there's like a big astrological shift that happens.
Cool.
I don't want to alienate those people, you know?
Sure.
We haven't even
right.
talked about human design. What's their human
Oh my
design?
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
Manifestor.
My boyfriend just came out. How do I deal?
Oh, wait, I think we need more.
Oh,
No, I love that.
we have exactly everything that we need.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead, Sam.
That's your partner who recently discovered that they are no longer of the same sexuality type that they were when you found them. Clearly, it's an elaborate hoax to get the fuck away from you.
Nice. That's a tough one.
Sam. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You need to have a lot of conversations.
Clearly, they need to keep working on the relationship, though, right?
I think I have a friend who at some point realized that they were no longer a man and transitioned to being a woman and didn't leave their partner, and their partner totally transitioned with them, and they have a really beautiful,
Wow.
really beautiful relationship.
We need to know which closet,
Super loving.
Which closet?
Lots of closets.
Like, there's a lot of. Does this mean this person doesn't want to have sex with you anymore at all, ever? Like, that's a different.
Thank you, Jill.
Situation.
Jill commented, reject them, shame them.
Sam, which closet are you in?
I'm pretty out of any closets.
Oh, Carol says it's not your fault. That's an important thing, right? It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. Yeah.
Okay.
I have been attracted to men. Rarely, but that has happened.
Okay. Next question. Advice on dating multiple people. Been lucky so far. LOL.
Fucking doing it right is what I have to say.
I mean, it's the don't put all your eggs in one basket.
As long as they don't know about each other.
I mean, there's some truth to that, actually. I think in the beginning stages, you can date multiple people without telling people about each other.
When does that become a problem? Glasses are off. When is that?
This is
As
serious
soon as you have
question.
sex, as soon as you have sex with one of them, then you're almost legally you're not legally, morally obligated to disclose that you're having sex with another person.
For sexual health.
For sexual health, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. What about...
It's not, though, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not a no-brainer. You're just really smart.
I'm super smart. I have gotten tested 3 times in 2022.
Nice.
That feels very responsible, right?
Have you had, just for the fun, just for the heck of it, without having sex?
It helps my anxiety. I was worried about where my fucking hand has been.
It's been a very diseasey kind of couple of years.
It has been.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's like it's one little area of the world I have control over. It's like, as a college dropout, it's a test I can pass.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pass my most recent test.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What happened?
I got herpes as an adult, as a 39-year-old. It happens.
I thought isn't 20% of the U.S. population has herpes? Yes.
Oh, I think
Something.
I think it's more than that.
Ben, we're supposed to ostracize him.
Yeah,
sorry, glasses are on.
You dirty, dirty man.
You dirty man. It's only you
Do you want a sip of my can?
on Herpy Island. You're not broken out? How does that work?
No breakouts.
Then yeah, I'll sip from your can. Is this a
This is one of the. This is a learning
sex ed moment?
It's a sex ed moment. Also, I have genital herpes, and I wasn't, using the can that way.
Did you actually?
Sam just gave you genital herpes.
Oral herpes, though.
Yeah, now you have both.
No, I'm never. That's not the joke.
Did you know
So-
that they can lay dormant for years and years?
There's a lot of things I don't know about herpes,
Yeah,
but
I just found that out.
That's
Yeah.
one. I mean, there's so many facts. How are we supposed to keep them straight?
I know. there's a
Did
lot
you
of
actually
them.
find out the last test you took?
Yeah,
How are you doing with all that? That's exciting.
fine. It's
Really?
been it's been like a year and a half now.
Okay.
Did you
Yeah.
freak out in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I called all my sex educator friends, and one of
you're
them
like,
was
"What
like,
do I do?"
yeah, and she was like, wait, really? You don't have herpes already? She was like, I'm shocked. I dodged a bullet, for a while there,
Yeah.
but I feel fine. It hasn't really affected my sex life.
That's great.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
I love being public about this stuff.
Yeah,
Are
no, it's
people
so
really
important.
open to it? Because in my mind, it feels like your life would be over.
I
Which
thought
is
it was
probably
for a
how you
second.
felt, yeah.
Yeah, it was for a second. And then I've told, I've had sex since. And no one a few people were like, oh, just let me do a little research on that, And then a few people were like, yeah, I literally don't care.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my self-disclosure moment.
Thank you.
I love
If you
it.
have herpes, it's okay. Your
is,
sex life is not over. Trust
Glasses
me.
are back on. You are fucked and doomed. Next
Next question. It seems successful females have trouble finding love. Thoughts?
Wait, say that again.
Ben looked directly at me.
No. I didn't. I looked askance at you.
You did?
I didn't look
Why?
directly at you. It was a side thing. It was
Reread the question. What else?
it seems successful females have trouble finding love. What are your thoughts?
Emasculation.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I think it's emasculating sometimes.
I mean, if you're a successful female who's having trouble with love, I mean, are you successful? Isn't that most of your value as a woman?
I was just going to say that's a good question, and then you followed it up with that.
You're welcome for that.
It's what's the word? Guys that are intimidated, right? Men get intimidated by a successful woman.
Yeah, I think that's a thing.
And they want to be what? They want to be a provider?
Well, and I don't think this is like a negative thing. I think that we tell males their entire lives that the only value they have is what they can provide. And then you slot into a relationship where that's not a need, and then it's like, what do I do? I think that's a real thing.
Is it intimidation? Like, I've never felt intimidated by the earning power of my partner, but I have felt really annoyed. Really annoyed.
By which part?
I think when I'm the financially responsible one, I'm always way more generous than when the shoe is on the other foot. And I always felt
Well,
like
that's an issue with generosity.
it's
That's
always
not
like,
earning potential.
I really want to go on this super expensive vacation. Are we going to split it? And it's like, you earn 5 times more than me. What do you mean we're going to split it 50-50? When the reverse was true and I was the breadwinner, it was always like proportional.
Well, and this goes to exactly what I'm saying, because you're taught, and then society scaffolds that and supports that idea that you're supposed to provide. So you're going to provide the money for the trip, of course, no problem. But then when the shoe's on the other foot, then it gets weird. But that seems like a generosity issue to me. Like, I don't know who you're talking about, but
an
I would.
Immutable generosity issue based on sex.
You're saying females aren't generous?
Females are greedy.
Oh, we're in a fight.
Wait,
Females.
the your
the
timing
glass-
with the glasses is off.
Yeah, sorry. I know. I'm not used to it yet. All right, let's get 1 or 2 more good questions.
Online dating, but not meeting anyone with substance. Advice?
Next question.
Take a break.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Take a break.
Yeah, real life.
Yeah, go to Whole
I don't want-
Foods.
Take
I
a
don't know.
class, do something, get
Yeah.
a hobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a
I
life.
d-
Although, yeah, get a life though. Seriously,
Yeah.
build a big ass life where it doesn't really matter.
Right.
And then,
but also
there's,
you'll meet people naturally if you have a hobby and you're doing stuff with like-minded individuals.
Yeah, yeah. Meetup.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't be too successful
Right.
because that's going to turn dudes off.
Jill says, "Reach for an avocado at the market."
Do you guys?
It'll come.
I have a question. Do you feel like people dating in real life is really difficult? Like in San Francisco, particularly, like approaching somebody in public to start a conversation is it's a tantamount to assault in a way. It's like people look at you like, "Fuck you! What are you? Why are you even speaking to me?"
Yeah, that's really tough because there are a lot of women who do want to be approached, and there are a lot of women who absolutely do not want to be approached.
Like
so
you can get in trouble. Like
I don't think you can get in trouble for saying hi to somebody.
Maybe
That's how
Ben.
it
If
feels.
Maybe the way you do it.
Yeah. Ben, maybe if you didn't look like a homeless person.
maybe if I wore your goddamn glasses, Sam, when I did it. How about that?
Actually, glasses are coming off. I think you will find that if you talk to strangers, things will go way better than you think. they will.
Totally. I think that's true.
Yeah, and I think it's also necessary to work on because it's like one of those things where once you're over the wall, you're over. Like once the illusion is broken,
Don't touch me.
once the illusion is broken, it's broken. Okay, and I think that's like just good old fashioned exposure therapy.
And I think to tack on to that, I think that's excellent advice. And do a really low stakes, start really low stakes, and then kind of try to ratchet it up. So can you ask someone about the avocado at Whole Foods? So that it's not like you're immediately walking up to someone today because you decided you're going to, get over that hump and asking them on a date.
Well, you should never just walk up to someone and ask them on a date.
Right.
It's like you don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about you. So it's a very unsafe scenario. So you do have to start with an avocado greeting or what's exciting in your world or
Yep.
do you know of a good coffee shop around here? Like some innocuous.
So, Shaun, do you do this a lot?
No, I haven't done this in forever.
You rattled off like a list.
I teach this stuff for a living. So yeah, I can rattle it off. But I have had a lot of experience talking to people in public for sure. Yeah.
You can try also to give some kind of make some connection without needing anything in return. So I think that would probably be a great place to start.
Yeah.
Is to be like, can I just tell you something? Your smile is
Yeah.
contagious.
Yeah.
You're beaming.
Oh, I love
and
that.
then say,
Yeah.
have a great day. I just wanted you to know that. And because I think that'll help work through it.
Sam, you're making it very difficult to insult you today.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me put these back on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. One-way compliments are a
Yeah.
great tool.
Without without
I love
needing
your
anything
style.
back.
Just as you're crossing someone, say, I really love your style, and just right, and that sort of like helps you.
I guess there's a delivery, because I feel as though those kinds of statements, people feel like they're being manipulated, or they're trying to be like,
No. We have to stop.
Yeah.
Like you can compliment someone. That's not manipulation. I can't.
No, I'm
stand
saying
that.
that's the perception. My sense is the perception, like, oh, you're complimenting me, you must want something from me. Like,
So we have to all stop.
That's okay.
okay, I agree with you. I mean,
It's okay for them to think that.
okay,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's okay for you for
Right.
that to happen.
Right.
Because
Especially
that's
if you
not what
don't-
you're doing.
Yeah, and if you don't need anything back, you're just going to say the thing and walk away, and it's totally fine.
Your
For
hair
the
looks
next
fantastic
segment,
today.
For the next segment,
you.
we're going to a
I thought it was
farmer's market
atrocious.
with
farmers.
Ben.
Oh, fuck that.
We're
Ben,
gonna-
did you submit that question?
No, but I was selective. There was like 30 questions, and I did select questions that
Okay, this
resonated with my life only.
It felt very tender. Like
Oh,
with
it's
the tender
incredibly
place.
tender.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Next question. In love with someone only met twice, but still talking, have been talking an entire year, I'm assuming via text. Is this relationship possible
Sure.
or viable?
Can you read it again?
In love with someone that I've only met 2 times, but have been talking the entire time for a year.
Uh-huh.
Is the relationship viable?
This is a great relationship because clearly you're unavailable. But by engaging in this relationship, you can convince yourself that you are available, that you're in something productive.
And you could tell people you have a boyfriend, girlfriend,
Yeah, you
partner,
can get, like,
and not any of the work. You don't have to do any of the work. Yeah, I think you need to probably advance the relationship a little bit, see each other more, get some clarity around what you're doing, and if both people are even available for it. It could be something, could be nothing.
Yeah.
It could be like a one way, like one person's in love with someone who's
Limerence. Yeah.
All right, we're going to
Memories.
check in with our hero real quick. How you doing, Krylon? How's it going? Oh, you're muted. Hold on. one second.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Read what you have so far. How's your description?
Read what I have so
Yeah,
far.
let's hear it.
Okay. I was wondering about what time during the courting thing, or even meeting somebody, would you actually ask them their astrological sign, if that is even something that. So I don't know. I do that. I have this thing where I'm like, oh,
Right
and what's
away.
your sign? Sometimes I ask before I even want their name or anything like that. I just want to like know what their sign is. And I don't know if that throws people off, think I'm a witch, or if I should just be like,
You are a witch.
I know, I mean, I am a witch. Like, I don't want to like start with that witchiness.
Why not?
I feel like
I-
any
and then there's the
anti-pagan
whole, you're only
person
seeing
is going to be the
how-
wrong person for you.
Yeah, it's like a good filter. Like if that's a deal breaker that you asked their sign, then that's not it. That's not someone that's going to respect the fact that you are interested in that stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's my opinion. I don't know.
I feel like some of the guys that I asked I'm like, hey, what's your astrological sign? They're like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really into all of that, but I'm a blah, 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 a Gemini, a Scorpio or something. And I mean,
We're
then
into
do
it.
I move into this place of, oh, okay, now I got the woo on what you're like. And I mean, I don't know.
Well, we're into it. We play dumb so that way you can educate us. Glasses are off. That's real.
Well, and also if they're not into it, like number one, that's okay. Number two, then maybe this is something they would be into if they knew more. And so it's like you're opening a little universe to them.
If you don't see astrological signs as a fun, cute banter mechanism,
yeah.
you are dumb.
Yeah.
You are not worth anyone's time.
it's like yoga.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like you don't have to love yoga.
You don't have to love
You just
yoga, but
have to-
recognize that a lot of people love yoga.
And if you get invited to yoga, make it a fun thing. Anyway, read the description.
So this is what I've gotten so far.
All right, let's hear it.
Trans woman of color seeking an honest and deep connection with a person. I love rock climbing, sailing, art and travel, not into quickies, looking to date, reply with up-to-date picture, no picture equals no reply.
That's awesome. I don't think it's good to end on a negative note, though.
I feel like you don't have to even say that. If they don't have updated pictures or they have no photos, then don't reply. You don't have to give them the whole manual of what you're going to do.
This feels very Grinder specific. You ever used Grinder?
No.
It's fantastic. You get a hidden folder that you get to. It's basically like, and you can tell it was originally made by guys because you have a hidden folder, I used to use my friend Elliot's account all the time when we hung out. I would just be on his account. You get a hidden folder, and you get to upload your whole highlight reel of all your nudes. And then at some point, you just get to unlock it for the person you're talking to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
The look in your eye right now is like,
Amazing.
I know.
It's
It's
only
that's
the
wild.
rest of life was like that.
That's wild. I think, Krylon, you should also
Isn't it,
still
though?
explore other options, not just Grindr.
What was the name of the thing that you told me?
Okay, Cupid and Field.
Thruple.
Field.
Yeah, FEELD.
Okay.
For some reason I just don't think you're gonna find your man through Grindr.
no.
It's just I just have a hunch. Call it intuition. Bathrobe intuition.
I also think that the beginning can be punched up a little bit. I'm stuck on what you said earlier about folks not wanting to be out in public with you. And just the fact that that is the absolute bare minimum. And I kind of want you to like raise the bar.
Looking for someone who celebrates me.
Yeah. Fabulous trans woman looking for someone who celebrates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who might
Shanrod.
rock climb.
Shanrod
Yeah.
in the comments says, I tried Field. Goodness. Shanrod, what happened?
What does that mean?
Goodness means there's a lot of goodness there. That's
Yeah.
what I read. That's how I read that. Goodness.
It's a good story there. Please comment if you're watching this video, especially if you're watching the replay. Because what I've noticed is we get hundreds
Oh.
of chats.
After the fact? I didn't even know that was
But
a
then
thing.
nobody's, it's just like dead.
It's
Keep
done.
it alive.
We
Keep
should
it
go
alive.
in and talk.
Keep it
All right,
going.
we're going to go into the call-in segment of our show. Krylon, good work so far. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, keep it up.
Good work so far.
Give us that was a good shitty first draft. Let's see the second one.
Let's work on it.
Okay.
All right, we're going to our next segment, Phony Friends. All right, everybody. You can call the number below now and get on the phone with us and tell us about your love problems. However, somebody did call beforehand, and I am going to call them back. Let's see. Oh, it didn't work. All right, you know who you are. Call in. Let's see here. I'm going to need this. I thought this was the square one phone. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Nope. No, it is not.
What's the most common question that you get?
Here we go.
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
You were doing like EMDR.
Hello, welcome to Shitty Life Advice.
Oh, I have you paused. Oops.
We should
There we
be
go.
paused. Yeah, because we don't want to hear the stream on your end.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
Thurl Ravenscroft.
Thurl Ravencroft. Welcome to Shitty Life Advice. Who is
Thank
that?
you.
What is
Thank
that
you.
character?
Well, I'm the singer who did Your Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I sang that when I had a cold, so I sound a bit different. But yeah, it was one of my best performances. I think I'm also known for doing Tony the Tiger back in the 60s. Like I was the voice of Tony the Tiger.
So Thurl, by the way, your voice has been noticed by our moderator, Messy Crafty Life. Tell us about your love problems. What's going on?
Well, last night I just broke up with my boyfriend of 11 months. And we had been going through a tough time recently because I sort of had my, annual mental health crisis. And he just didn't know how to handle it. We're both 21. He's a young 21. I'm an old 21. I have a kid. I have years of childhood trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a nice childhood with nice parents and grew up in a little suburb and just very different life experiences.
Gross.
And very gross. Just a disgusting person to be different from me. No, the problem is he's the best man I know. And I'm worried that maybe I self-sabotaged.
Mm.
Yeah, why'd you break up? What was the reason?
Because I stopped being attracted to him. Another problem was that when we were on a 2-week break, and during that 2-week break, this was a few weeks ago, during that 2-week break, I just slept with 4 random guys from Tinder.
In 2 weeks?
In 1 week, actually.
Some good numbers.
Very impressive numbers.
Yeah, great numbers.
I think you're ready. You're ready
Thank
for the
you.
big leagues.
some of them I, fucked multiple times, which is, so it happened over the course of 2 weeks. But
I might be bummed if I was your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
4 separate people, though, right?
Yeah, 4
Nice.
different people.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I was in a really good headspace for it. So, but what ended up happening was that I sort of created this dissociation between like sex and intimacy, because you can't have intimacy with someone you talk for 15 minutes with and then said, okay, here's my bedroom, And so I like stopped being attracted to my partner and wanting to have sex with him. And that was weird. And then I just thought that it was because I've often sometimes felt like I was having sex with a child when I would have sex with him, because he just like has this really youthful energy that I don't. I guess I'm much more weathered and jaded. So
wow, there is a lot to unpack here. Have you considered trying the best of both worlds and sleeping with lots of people, but not telling your now ex-boyfriend?
Non-ethical, non-monogamy.
Non-ethical,
my favorite.
Classic.
The healthiest.
Yeah. Well, we're polyamorous, so no, I hadn't considered that. I tell him everyone who I sleep with, although he didn't know while we were on our 2-week break. So we had to come back, reconvene, and I had to be like, by the way, I slept with 4 people while we were gone, and he just took
So
it.
while you were together, it would have been fine to sleep with the 4 people, but on your break, now you've crossed a line? Is that what I'm hearing here?
I don't know. It just seems
That is some man logic right there.
No, it doesn't sound like a line was crossed, but I am kind of curious what the question is.
Well, she brought it up. It was an issue.
I guess the question is like, I sort of feel like I am incapable of maintaining a good relationship. That is the question. Like, is this indicative? Because he's, like I said, fantastic man. If my daughter ever came home with a man like him, I would be delighted.
Are you? And you're
yet,
21?
I'm 21.
I don't think we have enough data for us to figure out whether you're incapable of having a healthy relationship.
I also don't think that's a thing. I think you can.
And also, it's time to spiral. So
It's
that's
time
what
to
we're doing.
spiral.
It's time
Oh,
to
I see.
spiral.
Yeah,
You have a breakup,
Sure.
so we're going to spiral and make predictions about the future that I'll never be capable of love.
I don't. So let's just take that and just kick it off to the stage, right? Because I just don't think that you can be incapable of having a relationship. I think you can have things you need to heal before you can have a healthy relationship, but incapable is the wrong word. So just remove that. Whether you choose to do the healing is another thing. But I think the thing I'm actually really curious about is, did you lose attraction first and then had this break and slept with 4 people and felt like sex had become disconnected from intimacy?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
So he asked for a sex break. I had just gotten sober and I was just getting out of the hospital. A psych hospital, and he had asked for a sex break after all that because he was like, we need to work on our actual relationship. And I was like,
wait. This dingus you're not even attracted to?
This guy sounds amazing.
This dingus you're not even attracted to asked for a sex break? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dingus is a great word. We need to
A
bring
walnut.
that back.
What a loser.
because I was basically constantly trying to fuck him because I was sober. What else are you going to do? And so he was like, we need to work on our actual relationship. I don't think we should be having sex when like we're so vulnerable. And I was like, fuck you. And then eventually stuff happened with his other partner as well. So like another partner, like now his other partner and I had not beef exactly, but just like complications because like his other partner's mom is an alcoholic. And so when they learned that I was an alcoholic, it was just like a whole shitstorm. Polyamory, man.
It's a lot of work, huh?
Goodness.
Yeah. Goodness.
So yeah, so we asked for a sex break, and so I just didn't have sex with him for like a month or something. And I had sex with 4 other people, and damn, like some of them were very attractive. 3 out of 4 were very attractive.
Those are good numbers too.
Those are really good numbers.
Yeah, but I think it's easy to be attracted to novelty and to new
totally.
people.
Because it's exciting.
It's exciting. You don't know anything about them, and there's there's
You can
the stakes are low,
project all your fantasies onto them.
and they're perfect.
So what was the moment? When did you decide
no,
to break
One
up?
of them's a complete asshole.
Even better.
clarify.
Even better.
Even hotter.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that I keep going back to. Yeah, actually.
So what was the moment that you decided to break up?
Not yesterday, but the day before. I was talking. It was on Christmas, and I was talking to my mom, and I was like, "Yeah, Jacob and I have been back together for a few weeks now, and I miss being apart, and I just don't feel like he can keep. I don't trust him to be able to catch me if I fall again, because he couldn't handle it the first time. I don't trust that he can like sort of be responsible enough to maintain all of me and my daughter as well. I got to be careful. I have a 2.5-year-old. Like the people that I bring into her life, like I want to ensure stability. And I just didn't trust that that I could build a life with him. So I was talking to my mom about that. She mostly did her like nodding and humming thing.
Do you,
and then I was
do you
like,
try to
thanks, Mom. I
explain
guess I'm
the
gonna-
polyamory to your mom?
Yeah, she's a religious
Why?
Christian woman. How do you think
this
it went?
is. I knew you were not making good life choices.
Listen, here's the thing. There's something deep tied in with intimacy and this person. So I think the fact that it's located around sex is really relevant. And that doesn't mean you're incapable. I think what's happening is that, and it's interesting that you brought up his past being idyllic, because it suggests that on some level he can't understand what you've been through and what you're going through. And therefore something in you has decided that he's unsafe, sees that he's unsafe. And so then intimacy becomes impossible with that person. And I think you're kind of spinning up a lot of like structures to make it your fault and for this to be proof that you're incapable. But what I hear is that this is actually a really healthy decision, that you need someone who's been through some more stuff and can hang with you during the bumpy parts.
Yeah.
As
because
someone who had
I felt like I created this whole shitstorm that he'd never seen before. And he was just like deer in headlights trying to do whatever he could. But like just constantly asking, to kind of trying to get reassurance from me that I'm okay when I wasn't, you know?
as someone who has mental illness, who had a kid when he was 19, and I think you made the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
glasses on or off?
Glasses are off right now.
Okay.
I think you honestly made the right choice. And this is funny because we talked about age differences. When you have a kid, it kind of skews your time on this planet in terms of age, because you're in a totally different chapter.
So does trauma, I think.
So does trauma. So you hit the double whammy.
Yeah.
You're like 1,000 years old. You know, time to glasses going back on. Time to end up
regularly
with a
say,
grandpa
I
somewhere.
feel like I'm in my 30s sometimes. There are definitely parts of me that are very much 21 and parts of me that are still 14. But definitely in terms of like independence and self-sufficiency, it's like a whole nother level compared to my peers. Or at least the peer, my other 21-year-olds in my life. And I didn't know if that was being snotty or like,
Nope.
Prideful by saying that, or if it was honest. So I appreciate your validation.
I ended up doing a lot better when I started hanging out with 30-year-olds in my 20s when I had a kid, because they're just at a more similar life point than you.
Yeah.
And there's something
my girlfriend
so-
is 31.
There's something so painful about trying to chase around 20-year-olds who literally have no responsibility.
Well, it's
and-
isolating. There's no like relational home there,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my girlfriend is 31, and that's like a larger age gap than I would normally do. But she is also a mother. She's also a student, and also like working. And so like being with her has been really helpful, in terms of like feeling like I have a peer, feeling like I can be with someone who gets it. We sometimes will just like cancel on each other all the time because shit comes up, and we both are like totally fine with it. Whereas when, something would happen and I would have to cancel on my ex-boyfriend, like he would just be like, this is just really insensitive of you. And like, I wish you could just give me a heads up. And like, he just doesn't really understand toddler time and like all of that and the full extent, because for him, like, he has the resources to be able to give a heads up, and I don't always have that, and it's just like a lack of understanding where he can't compute that, like, sometimes it's not a thing, you know.
Wow. And you have a girlfriend? Okay. That's the best
Yeah.
part about polyamory is you get to dump people and have others right in the reserves.
No, come on.
You're
I'm
doing
on for
great.
that.
You're doing
part?
fantastic.
I'm curious. What part of you is 21?
I have borderline personality disorder, and I think all 21-year-olds sometimes have borderline personality disorder in like the impulsive, risky decisions that they make, and I feel very messy at times, and that feels like a classic 20s figuring yourself out. I think my sex drive is that of a 21-year-old. as
So
well.
I'm going to say a thing. I can't diagnose you from afar. I'm an MFT. I don't know
Go
a
for
lot
it.
about you, but if
it.
there's one thing you don't sound like, you do not sound like somebody with a personality disorder at all.
Oh, Shaun, I'm medicated, and I'm in therapy.
I'm Ben,
Lots
actually.
of
This is Ben.
Yeah, not an
Oh,
MFT.
sorry, Ben.
Sean's not an MFT.
Well,
Sean-
I don't know.
Sean is
You just.
happy to diagnose you.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
totally.
I'm not. I don't know that there is. Is there medication for borderline personality disorder? I'm not.
Yeah, dude, Lamictal, it's a mood stabilizer.
Lamictal is
Okay.
I'm
bipolar.
almost at my full dose, actually. I've
Okay.
been working.
Well,
my way up
you
to
sound really healthy to me. I mean,
that's one of the things is I'm very charming and I can really deceive you. So
Ah,
thank
I'm
you.
being
It's
deceived.
just a facade. So,
this
yeah,
is,
absolutely.
you should give Sam some lessons.
Well, Thurl, thank you so
No, I
much
mean,
for
it's
being on
why-
the show. I think you're.
Yeah, I'm a mental health counselor. I have to pretend to have it together, you know. So that's what's going on.
Glasses are off. I actually think that you're better off moving in a different direction.
Maybe taking a break
We're taking a break.
from relationships for a little bit.
No, she's got the
tend to
girlfriend.
do that, yeah. Yeah, well, she's moving to LA soon, so we knew we were on a time limit anyway, but we just wanted to like just be with each other for the time. So, but I still keep wanting to have like risky sex and everything. But I guess that's just a thing for another time.
Well, if you're in early recovery as well, there is
Risky
that
sex central.
risky sex central. Risky sex is really fun, but
Yeah.
also probably maybe not the best thing for now.
No, I know. I'm well aware.
All right. Well, then
I'm
there
gonna
you
do
go.
it anyway.
I'll diagnose you as someone who seems like a hoot and a lot of fun to be with. That's my diagnosis.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Thurl.
Thank you. What? Thurl Ravenscroft. What the fuck?
Thurl Ravencroft.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you
Jesus
calling
Christ. No anonymity on this place. All right. Thanks. Take care.
in. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, now that she's gone, what a basket case. Definitely borderline, right? Oh, wait, my glasses are off. Definitely borderline.
That was a great call. I like someone said that this is reminds them of early aughts Love Line with Dr. Drew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
I miss
is
that show.
Sort of my
Yeah.
dream.
I know, that's flattering.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Adam Carolla?
Adam Carolla was on Loveline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Dr. Drew.
Clearly,
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I think you're the
Whatever
Adam
happened to
Carolla.
Dr. Drew?
He's just doing his rehab thing, I think.
I think he
it's-
got canceled.
You got
No,
canceled?
what did
I
he
think
do?
so. I could be wrong. I don't
I think
Was
I
it a
remember
sex
hearing that.
thing?
Right? I don't know. I don't remember.
It had to be, right? Probably had
So,
sex with one of his
yeah,
patients.
probably, yeah.
God damn it.
Well,
Dr.
that'll-
Drew Pinsky.
That'll do
Yeah.
you.
You just
that-
can't have sex. Just
Maybe-
don't have sex.
Well,
With
let's
your-
not spread the rumor. If
Yeah,
it's
right.
not,
I don't know if
that's
that's
kind
actually
of- We
true.
are
Yeah.
actually speaking to the whole world here.
Right. Whoops.
Messy Crafty Life says I was still in diapers. I'm 89. Okay, I'm 89. I was 11. I could have at the 1999.
Oh, she said you were still in diapers.
I guess I was 10. Yeah, that's probably.
I got a lot of my sex ed from Loveline. I
Yeah,
was
me
listening
too.
to it on a clock radio in my bedroom at like
Yep.
11 o'clock.
Did you ever listen to Dr.
Sneaky.
Ruth?
Yes.
I didn't know.
As a kid, I listened to Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Yeah.
You are on the air. And the thing is that she would talk about sex in really graphic ways, but
Yep.
she sounded like this proper little, I don't even know what her accent
Grandmother.
was. And you know, and when you stimulate the clitoris, you do this and this. Like, I cannot imagine anyone doing that with this woman or her doing it to anyone else, but I was 7, so whatever.
Right. Hard to imagine.
At 7.
At 7, yeah. But yeah, you got started young. That's a good.
Well, I just listened to the radio because my parents were kind of, my father was pretty absentee, and so radio, I would listen to like,
The radio was my father.
kind of, it was like I know all the talk show hosts from KGO, from like the 1990s and the 1980s. You know, I know all their names.
Do you remember Sedge Thompson?
No.
No. Of West Coast Live?
What's really fucked up is that I listen to a lot of comedians and I listen to a lot of Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah.
And
all right, I have to pee really bad, so we're going to start winding this thing down. I'm cutting you off. Krylon, let's hear the next iteration. How is your paragraph going?
It's going great. I actually have to pee too, so.
All right, well, read it to us and then we'll let you go.
Okay, so what I got so far is trans woman of color looking to develop an honest partnership with someone that values and celebrates my journey.
Yes.
I am passionate, very spiritual, and physically active. Oh my God. If you guys hear the dog right now, I swear to God, I'm going to yell at her. It's dead.
Barely.
I am passionate, very spiritual, and physically active. I enjoy rock climbing, sailing, hiking, and travel. I speak German fluently and can dance around Spanish and French. I am sober 18 years and vegan for 14 years. Not looking for the perfect person, but am open to growing with the person perfect for me.
Krylon, this sounds like you're trying to attract someone of character. Are you aware of that?
With integrity.
With integrity. Oh
It's
my
great.
gosh. All right. We're going to take one last call. Krylon, you are free to go pee.
It's great.
You're free to go.
Good job. Beautiful
Love you
profiles.
guys. All right. Hello. Make it quick. We all have to pee here. You're the last caller before the
I don't have to pee. I'll just stay here.
do have to pee.
I'll stay here to answer questions.
Shaun's doing a 24-hour. 24-hour. Who am I speaking to? Who is this?
Hi, my name is Shauna.
Shauna. Hello.
Yes, hi there. So I love you all, and I'm calling in for advice. I'm having trouble dating. I just can't seem to find anyone attractive that I go out on dates with.
At all? Like,
Barely. Even people that are objectively attractive, my body just simply not responds.
Where do you live?
Oregon.
Are you in Portland?
I am in Portland. Yeah.
See what you did there. That was clever. Yeah, there's your problem. You're in Portland.
Oh. So I should just move.
Yeah, you should move.
If you can.
If you can.
Shaun agrees. I love it.
Okay, look. I live in Arizona. And then I came here, and the quality of single folks is outrageous in the Bay Area. So can comment.
I'm curious. Your name is what again?
Shauna.
Shauna, yes.
So, do you find anybody
Yeah, I was just gonna ask
attractive?
that. And have you ever?
If you're watching movies, do you find people attractive? Do you watch porn? Like, is it just completely shut off, or just with physical people?
It's so fleeting. I think it's in person. I don't even know how my attraction mechanism works. But yes, I have found people attractive in the past, but it's so rare.
Huh. How old are you?
33.
Huh.
Are you attracted to people's personalities more
I
than
think
their
so.
physical?
It feels like a vibe that I just pick up on people. But I'm starting to think it's me. It's my fault. My friends keep trying to hook me up with people, and I'm like, I don't know. I just don't feel anything for them.
There sounds like there's a lot of pressure around so attraction, I think, is really interesting. Just like repulsion, we need to really pay attention to when these things come in and how and when they fade out. So I would kind of make a timeline, if you can, of when you were attracted the most to people, like when this was kind of not an issue. Because as soon as it becomes an issue that we then put a bunch of pressure around, it just amplifies the lack of attraction. It's become this like taboo, scary thing.
Amber in the chat says, I think this is actually smart. Glasses off. I'm never attracted to guys either. It takes time. Sometimes a real uggo. I'm sure they would love.
Direct quote.
Yeah, sometimes a real uggo gets cute when they are super great to you. Do you give people time to maybe wear you down?
Oh my God.
For lack of a better word.
I think that's what I need to start doing. But honestly, my friends and family have told me in the past that the people that I am attracted to aren't attractive to them. So I think I might just have like a very odd, an odd type that I'm not meeting.
Have you had long-term relationships?
I have, yes.
And were you attracted to them?
I was, but everyone told me that they weren't attractive people, so I'm not sure.
Oh, weird, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like your compass is off based on what other people are telling you should be attracted to.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So if all your friends didn't find your ex attractive, what on earth makes them qualified to set you up with new people? Maybe
True.
that's your problem.
Oh yeah, because they're the ones they're picking your anti-type.
Yeah.
I think it's just Portland.
Again, Portland's the problem.
Portland is always the problem.
So where should I move? I'm looking to get out of here.
Are you actually?
Yes, I am. I think I'm over Portland.
What city?
I mean, we could all plug the Bay Area, but
We are all going to end up plugging the Bay Area.
Well, Los Angeles has got a lot of singles.
Yeah.
Yeah, except Los Angeles, the competition's really high.
Give me an
Competition's
example.
really high in San Francisco. It's
Give me an
horrible.
example of someone you were attracted to that we would know, like a celebrity. Even if it's if you
God.
think it's weird.
Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I would have to think really, really hard.
We'll wait. We don't have to pee.
Yeah, we don't
Nobody
have to
has to
pee.
pee.
Especially
No,
Sam.
everyone
Sam
has
doesn't have to
to
pee. I'm going to go sit on Sam's lap, see how it feels.
Sounds great.
This is gonna get weird.
Oh my God. I don't know any names off the top of my head.
Well, it does sound like you are attracted to some people,
I am.
just not the
I
ones that
am.
you've been going on dates with.
Yeah, but it feels like I should be attracted to them. They seem like attractive people.
But once you put a should on it, it's going to be, you know what I mean? Then you're increasing that pressure, which is going to take away the natural chemistry thing.
Also, now you've got better chances. If you're going after people who aren't conventionally attractive or that most people would
Sure.
objectively find attractive, the world's your oyster.
Mm-hmm.
I heard online dating is like really bad for people who aren't conventionally.
I'm
It's like
sure.
it's great for the 1%. It's okay for the top 30-40%, and it's like
Super bad.
super bad, even like deleterious or deleterious
yeah.
to people who are in the bottom 60% looks wise.
Yikes.
Do you
Yeah.
remember when Tinder released their CSVs to data scientists to like rifle through it? It was like the top 1% of men just cleaned
Like
up.
99%
Yeah.
of matches.
Like hypergamy galore.
Yeah.
Damn.
And guys like us, you know.
I know. Homely guys. Well, I was funny looking as a kid though, so I have that perpetual view of myself.
Just
Yeah.
as a kid?
Thank you, Ben. That was perfect.
That was good.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Are you worried? MC?
Me?
Yeah.
About what?
About Shauna's?
No.
No.
No, I think you've been influenced by where you live and your friends and family, and if you can really like kind of drill down into what you actually find attractive and lean into that, then I think you'll be fine.
Shauna, I just think you're really interesting. And I think you need a
I thought
really...
he was talking to you.
Yeah, he's asking
You
you
need
out.
no, Shauna,
This is
you need a...
This is
I'm only for you, Sam. I'm only here for you.
He's
I think you need to
practicing-
find an
he's
interest-
practicing the one-way compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I'm
get
gonna
it
go
out.
do cold approaches right
Just
after
do
this.
that and then hang and then
Shauna, I just think you're a fascinating human, and I think you're looking for a fascinating human, and I think it's going to take a minute.
I wish you could see Ben's face right now.
Why?
Oh,
He's blushing.
Yeah.
Am I?
No.
I don't blush very
I love
easily.
this.
Shauna, how do you feel about beards?
I like beards on certain people.
Oh, okay,
I
so-
like your beard right now.
Thank you very much, Shauna. Well, I was curious
I
because
knew
know
she had bad
when
taste.
I went to the Pacific Northwest, it was just like
Oh, everyone has
Oh,
a beard.
yeah. If you hated beards, you'd be in trouble.
in trouble.
You should definitely leave.
Yeah. So it's not the facial
thank-
hair.
Yeah, I'm also not worried for you. I think drilling down on the things that do turn you on or that you find cute and attractive is going to be really important. And also, who cares what other people think you should be attracted to
Yeah.
or what you should do? Really, what other people think of you is none of your business, other than us. You should
Listen.
care, but yeah, you
You
listen
should
to
care
us.
what we think.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But
But
only
nobody
because
else.
we're special.
I'll say one more thing, Shauna. When people are making judgments about people in your life, what they're really doing is talking about themselves. They're just giving you information about themselves. That's all that's happening.
So they're worried that they're unattractive? It's
No,
just
they're
projection?
just, who knows? I'm just saying that when people extend themselves and say, oh, and they have all these stupid opinions about what you're doing, they are talking about themselves. Now, what they're saying, that's a whole conversation, but that's what's happening, in my opinion.
Shauna, unfortunately, the panel has decided that you're not fucked up enough to be on this show.
And then we have to pee.
Oh, wow.
We have to
We
pee.
have to all have to pee.
Shauna, it was lovely talking to you. Thank you for joining the program.
Thank you so much.
And
Okay,
move.
bye.
Yeah,
And
move.
move, yeah.
Yeah, move.
I will do that for sure. Bye.
Okay, friends, that takes us to the last segment of our show, the come down. You like that, Shaun?
Yeah, I liked it.
You can't small now, but there's a guy snorting a rail of cocaine too.
Yeah,
or some drugs.
that's the come up then.
That's the come up. Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, for at least for another 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, Ben, Jesus. He's all high off of giving that compliment.
You did well. I think you did good.
You did
good. You did good.
Your whole affect
Your
changed. It was
whole energy
fascinating.
is way. Oh, the glasses have to come off. Your whole energy is way better.
Yeah, it's just because the caffeine is kicking in.
I'm turned
No,
on a
you
little
had
bit.
caffeine last time.
I just did a line. I mean, come on. Of course I'm doing well.
Yeah, we will. Don't. I just want everyone to know, not to worry. We will make. We go out to lunch after this. We will make him talk to the
Strangers. Yep.
strangers,
Those food servers.
the food server.
Captive audiences.
Yeah, the people who really want to get hit on.
Who have to be nice to us.
We'll take them to the grocery aisle and
God.
just wait by the avocados.
Avocados.
Yeah.
Just trawl Trader Joe's and Target.
I mean, a good question is like, how do you pick a good piece of fruit? If someone's like
Yeah.
fondling a cantaloupe,
Sure.
you can ask them.
I
How
heard
do they,
there was like there's some code, like if you walk through the grocery store with bananas, it means you're single, and then like the
That's
people with the
fuck-
pineapple
What
are,
if you're
are
just-
swingers.
That's
do you like
No.
need potassium?
that's
Yeah.
amazing. That is an amazing rumor to spread.
We should spread it
I
some
can-
more.
yeah.
Like we should have there should be a whole language, a whole fruit language. Like a whole fruit
Pineapples
nomenclature
are
for
not the fruit, but the symbol is a sign of the swinging community.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can walk around.
Just like
Mill Valley
with the
in
pineapple?
Marin County
Pineapple,
is
yeah.
known for swingers.
Is it
Oh, wow.
really?
Yeah,
I like it there.
Yeah.
I might move.
you're immediately like,
Mill Valley, California. I like it.
Mill Valley. Yeah, I wonder what could possibly be there.
Almost nothing.
Ben hates Marin.
oh wow.
Yeah.
You should move maybe.
I did.
Portland?
I don't live here.
Oh,
I lived here under duress for 10 years, and then I moved to San Francisco, also under duress.
almost like you have no agency.
Tracy
Very
says MILF Valley.
Oh, God.
boy.
Totally. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us on this show. This is just a fun get-together with some of my favorite people. And, don't take anything that you heard here too seriously. But please, at this time of the year, do reach out to people. There's a lot of people struggling. There's a lot of people who are silently in a lot of pain. And even if you feel lonely and disconnected, there might be people who you reaching out to are even lonelier. And maybe you two connecting would improve them in some way. I've always been on high alert at this season. This is always when I start to be at risk the most. And so my serious ask before the send-off is just check in on your friends and your loved ones and your family members. And definitely remember to use everyone to your benefit. Thank you, everyone. Oh, the show is audience funded. I would love to treat everybody to lunch paid for by the show after this. If you wouldn't mind, check out our Patreon. We have a book club /hangout on Monday nights. And your $10 could end up in our guest's belly. So thank you and have a great day.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.